Today we're going to build this very DIY children's bookcase library piece on 4 eyes.
So this idea started actually about 6 months ago when I found out that my sister was pregnant, my other sister, with a now we know as a new niece. Her name is Addie, and my sister asked for a bookcase to be made, which led me down a rabbit hole of research. And as luck would have it, both 4 Eyes by Chris and Sean, who is Sean Boy Makes, had created a bookcase with Craig, and they had free plans. So I'm going to go ahead and use those plans in order to create this bookcase for Addie with the help of course, Sean and Chris. So I will link everything below so you can go watch after this video is done. Heavy.
It's beginning to look a lot like sawdust. Every sides, bottom and middle brace, space in between, large pieces of the shelf, small pieces of the shelf. Everything but this back piece, which I may or may not need. Probably throw some supports in there in the middle. Cutting's done. Cut list is done. Tomorrow we sand. Because these are rough cut pieces of plywood. This towel keeps it from moving. It just makes it a lot easier to sand. And we will only be going up to 180. I'm going to start with some 120 and go up to 180. I think 2 sheets should be fine.
While I'm sanding, I'll go ahead and talk to you about my sister's pregnancy. She did have some issues conceiving, so we're all very excited for her. Again, this is going to be the second daughter that's been born in my family over the last year, so we are incredibly excited for her and ready to introduce her to the rest of us. This bookcase is going to go a long way into allowing her the ability to learn and to absorb experiences that aren't necessarily something that she'll have firsthand at. My sister's also a teacher, so she already has a ton of books, and I plan on spoiling her with books as well, and I'm very excited to see the impact that these books have over her as she grows and learns and reads even more and more about these different experiences that people have had.
Alright, you can't tell it's really dusty in here, so I'm going to leave this on. But this is how much sawdust I ended up taking out just from like my little dust extractor on my sander. Alright, you can see this line down here, this is where the poplar was, this is all the other stuff. Crazy.
This year I'm trying to reach 500 subscribers, and if any of you guys would feel generous enough to go ahead and click that subscribe button and leave a comment or a like, I'd greatly appreciate it. It goes a long way into helping my channel grow as well as my outreach. Also, if you want a discussion for the comments, just go ahead and let me know what type of hinges for a kitchen pantry cabinet are best.
My trusty screwdriver knife.
With each project, I keep learning more and more skills, and I'm always grateful for the opportunities to do so. In this instance, I've learned how to use a track saw, what to do and not to do on that, as well as using a pocket hole jig that I've never used before, and now edge banding. A lot of these things are just simple things that I'm sure a lot of people will think are basics, but being able to experience these firsthand has really taught me a lot of patience and trying to, again, just master a different craft that I'm not used to actually owning. So this experience overall has taught me a lot, and while I am going to make mistakes during this, spoiler alert, there also will be a lot of successes. So with every single thing that I mess up, it just creates another opportunity for me to learn how to do it better the next time and just keep growing these skills.
Second coat, there's some thin spots you can kind of see. It looks better in person than it does on film. A lot of this is because of the plywood, and I just don't like the shellac. I'm not going to use it again, but I ran out of space, so it's on the floor. Trying to be careful. These have a little bit better coverage, but you can still see there are spots where it's very light. I tried everything to get it to match the color, but this shellac just doesn't do it. So in the future, I'm just gonna get clear shellac and then just stain the wood if I wanted a certain color, and then after that, I'll put stuff on. But this should be fine. Most of this is gonna get covered up by itself anyways in books, so. Now I wait for it to dry, sand, and then put it together in wax.
Van Neistat did a video on gift giving where he talks about personalizing all of your gifts, and I think that's a wonderful idea, and I've always used it whenever I do make something for someone. In this instance, I wrote a letter to Addie on the inside of her bookcase. It reads, "Dear Addie, this bookcase is a place to learn and grow. Books take us to experience places and adventures unknown to teach us the life lessons of those before us. I look forward to watching you grow into a beautiful individual and spreading your love and joy. Sincerely, Ryan Cummins, your uncle." While I know that she will always remember her uncle fondly, me, at least I hope so, this will be a good reminder for her anytime that she sees it that she's not alone and that I'm always here to help her and to be with her whenever she is in need. I hope that sticks with her for all of her life. And Addie, if you ever get the chance to watch this, just know that I will always love you. Also, if you ever write a letter in permanent marker on wood, don't finish it in shellac. Because it's alcohol based, it ran like crazy.
I added a small scrap strip to the front. This is going to be the beginning of the first shelf that'll keep the books on it. So I will finish this all up. Done with shellacking. Now we're going to wax this, and do that with some fine steel wool. Piece. And I just have some paste wax. What this does, the fibers of the steel wool cut through the shellac, and they use the wax to fill it in. It makes it butter smooth. You just buff this in.
And now you've got yourself something funky.
Alright, so this is where we're at in the plans for 14. We're going to attach the vertical partitions. Afterwards, we're going to attach the bottom panel to the sides. And then we're going to start attaching the top cubby area. And we're just going to keep going through this until I get it done. So, let's see what I can do. Flip it on backwards. I put it on backwards. bought both the right and the wrong screws. Not sure how that happened, but now we're going to attach the shelf backs to the like staircase thing to make an L shape, and then we're going to attach it like this to each other. We'll do that on the workbench. And they say to leave 2 inches of clearance, so I'm going to set this depth gauge to about 2 inches. It says proud, so I'll just do it like this a little bit. It's about 2 1/8. Attach them like this. This should be about 2 inches. So there. Not move this. Again, just gonna make sure there. It's a little off. It's off by about a 16. Assuming I get the rest of these in there square, shouldn't be too bad. We're just gonna do that over and over again. So this is the part of the video that he kind of left out, which he does tell you that he leaves it out on accident, was not intentional. We're going to attach these pieces, so you get the L shape like that. We're going to attach them like so in order to create the staircase. So I'm just going to use my drill guide and kind of eyeball it because I don't think really get too far away. This is the outward facing one. staircase. Alright, so here's the deal. I don't really have a lot of help. I went to go put this in, and it's really friction fit because these boards aren't exactly square. So what I'm going to do is input all of the screws that I need to put input here into their holes, line it up, and see if I can get my wife out here to kind of like hold it still while I put everything in. So I'm just gonna disappear, and when I'm back, I'll have all these holes filled in. And I'm done. Those are all the screw holes filled in. I'm not gonna get them started yet because I need to be able to make sure that I can get the bit in there. This is what the inside looks right now before I get these all screwed in. So I'm gonna grab my wife and see if she can help me. All right, did it by myself with some clamps. I'll do the rest. There we go. Actually pretty solid for just being pocket hole screws. If I were to do this over again, I would get different wood and different stain, obviously. Little imperfections. This side is shorter than this side on this side. I don't know where that happened at. These are beveled back a bit. It's hard to tell, but they are beveled back to where, especially on this one, you're not going to see an issue. Overall, it's a really good learning experience. I'm going to do it again for her probably whenever she starts actually learning how to read. For now, my sister's just going to start stacking books up on it. And it's not going to be too bad. But I'm definitely going to redo this. So now let's go deliver it.